Okay, so 13:30 this morning. I'm going to use a kettlebell. You can use weights if you want to use weights or a weight. I'm just going to use my kettlebell because I do some moves that just work a little bit better with that. So if you've got one, feel free. It's also a little bit heavier than my weight, so it gives us a little bit of an extra workout. Just going to check you can see me nice and clear. Hopefully you can. Yes, you can. So we are good. Pop that up into the corner so I know we're on. So yeah, so you just need a weight and your mat, or your kettlebell and your mat, and we're just going to ease it through 30 minutes, 30 exercises, nice and straightforward. We're going to start with a little march just to warm things up, so timer on. Pop that down there. So marching it out, getting those shoulders moving. So whatever pace works for you. Shoulders want to pull back and down. If you've just been doing the arms blast with me, shoulders should be pulling back and down, so we just worked right into the middle of those shoulders, so it should feel nice and strong. So keep that going. Then we're going to go to a nice simple bicep curl for the next one. If you want to, you can keep the legs marching. I'm going to keep them marching to get a little bit of cardio in as well, and to keep them warming up. And again, you could use kettlebell or you could use weights. It's entirely up to you what you want to use. For these, you could use either or. Just on some of them, the kettlebell actually being able to hold it is going to make things a little easier, but it doesn't really matter. So 4, 3, 2, and 1. Grab a hold. So bicep curl. So I'm going to keep a little march going. Elbows tucked in, like I say, you could use one weight, you could use 2 weights. Elbows are tucked in, abs are in, hips are under. Keeping that going. And sometimes using the kettlebell, especially you're in a slightly different position, makes the muscles just work in a slightly different way. So my biceps are feeling that a little bit more than they do normally. Last one, we take it to a squat. Bring it out, weight into the middle. So you can just add that little bit of weight. Again, you could keep hold of your weight. So abs in, weight in your hips and heels. Make sure we give it a little squeeze to those glutes as we hit at the top. It's nice and smooth, nice and steady. Weight into hips and heels, pushing back on that inner thigh. Only as low as works for you, abs in. Back nice and strong. Going upwards row next. So one more here. Now again, I'm going to march it out, lift and lower. So we're leading with the elbows out to the side, bringing weights or kettlebells up, or kettlebell or weights really, towards that chin. Don't chin yourself. So again, you could use both weights, you could use single arms, you could use one weight. Now the next move is going to be a little figure of 8 with a squat. So the weight or the kettlebell is going in a figure of 8 round the legs, and we've got a squat in between each side of that figure of 8. It will make sense. This one's slightly easier, the kettlebell, just because of the handle, but you can do it with a weight. You just have to go a little bit slower. So bring it out, take it down. So it's a little squat, Pass that kettlebell through. Do not clock it on your knee. So you've got to keep it under control. And again, you could do it with a weight, but you would have to go just a little bit slower. Just make sure you've got a nice firm hold. Next, we've got a curl to a ceiling push. This is your last one here. With a curl, push. So I'm going to keep a little bit of a movement through the legs. And again, you could do this with 2 weights, with 1 weight, with that kettlebell. Keep them moving. Next move is going to be alternating lunges. We're going to pass the kettlebell underneath the leg. So again, you could do this with a weight. You could just do the lunges with the weights in your arms. Last one here. So we're going to step forward, pass it under and up. So only go down as far as works for you. Make sure there's no pain. Again, simple lunges holding the weights. If you don't want to do the move, and a swap of hands. Last one. Bring it in. We're going to curl and push out. So again, keeping a little march. Abs in. Could do this with weights, with 1 weight. And the next one, we've got a little, almost like a circular round the hips. This one is much easier with a kettlebell. If you wanted to, if you've got a weight, give me a waist twist. So hips nice and steady, just twisted at the waist. Feet together, 1 way and the other. Now you're squeezing the abs because the body will want to go around. And you want to stop it, hold it as still as you can while you've got that swing. So again, if you've not got the kettlebell, this is harder because that's swap behind the back with a weight. So if you want to do waist twists, hips nice and still, twisting side to side, working through that spine, option for you there. Keep that going. I'm going to go to teapots. So 30 seconds on each side. Last one. So we're going to pop it on. Little bend and lift. So this one's simple with a weight. Abs are in. Squeeze into the side of that waist, lift us up. Keep that going. I said 30 seconds on each side, I've done a minute. Never mind, we'll do an exercise in the middle, we'll come back to the other side. So remember which side you've just done. I'm going to do the other side in a minute. Yeah? I know. If you do the same side again, that'll be fun. Last one. Going to go for a halo. So kettlebell on weight. Work through those shoulders. So push it round. So the head stays nice and still. It's the shoulders doing the work. Loosen them up. This one again. You can do it with either weight or kettlebell. Abs in nice and tight. Just keep a little bit of movement through those legs. Last one. Breathe into the side. A little teapot. So squeeze inside the waist. And on this one, if your kettlebell is heavier than your weight, you'll feel that there is a difference. So my kettlebell is. My weight's are 5 kilograms, my kettlebell is 7.5. So definitely feel that there is that little bit of extra work having to go there. Keep that going. So we go to a squat with the kettlebell swing next. So remember, don't let go. If you do need to give your hands a wipe if they get a little bit sweaty, do that. Don't let go, don't throw your kettlebell at anybody or anything. Last one. Bring it into the middle, take it into that squat. Swap it at the top. So again, you can do this with a weight. Make sure we've got a firm hold. Abs are in. Little bend into the knees. Keep that going. Going to bring it down to the mat, all the way. Going to pop a tricep in. So abs in, skull crusher. So again, you can do this with your weights. Abs in nice and tight. Working those triceps. One more. So we're going to take the feet out a little bit wider. Either a crunch or a sit up. One with the weight. And one without. So tuck the hips. Squeeze those abs. Crunches if you want, just hold on to that weight. Remember, do what works for you. So squeeze, tuck under on that back. Keep that going. Last one, bring it down. Hold that weight, push up, tap, up. So again, you can do this with your weights. Tricep push. So elbows tap the floor. Get a nice steady pace going. Last one, bring it up. Stand that way up. Pop yourself back. Feet one on either side. Little lean back, going to take it up and over. So a little V sit, abs in. If you want to, pop the hands in just for a little bit of balance. Don't lean on them, but do use them for a little bit of support. If not, we just want to keep that squeeze on the abs. Tucking the hips under, tight through the back. So again, you can do this just with your weight there in the middle. Nice straight legs. Now the next one is easy to do on a kettlebell because it's circular. Not going to be easy to do on a weight, so you just do a press up without using anything in the middle unless it's comfortable on your weight. I'm going to lie it down into that box position. I'll come this side. I'm going to press up. So abs are in. Back's nice and straight. So if we have got the kettlebell, we've just got a little staggering position of the arms. If not, we're just walking those arms side to side. Last one, I'm going to bring it down. Again, gotta hold your kettlebell. So which way you hold it depends how hard you work. If the weight's further away from you, take it out long, pull it all the way through. Or you can support the weight a little bit more by having the weight on the inside, so it's supported by more of your arm. Abs in, back, nice and straight, pull all the way through. Nice and strong. Keep that going. Again, you can do this with weight or weights. one. Bring it up. Stand it up. If it's going to stand up, stand up. Hands are going to come in. So both feet on the side, hands just behind. Lean it in. I'm going to bring it in, push out. In and push. So abs are in. Got a little swizzle on the bum. Not really done a swizzle on the bum before. So a little swizzle. Keep that going. Last one. I'm going to bring it onto one side. And take it down. Bring it up. Grab a hold. Pop it on the other side. All the way down. Up, grab a hold. Opposite side. So again, you can do this with a weight. If you want to do crunches, pushing that weight towards the opposite knee. Stay with that as a move. Keep that going, just a couple more. Last one. Now we're going to bring it, stand it up, and stand it just outside the mat. Either a box, plank, or if you want to, take it all the way up. Bring it forward a little bit. We're going to pick up, swap it to the opposite side. So you could do this with your weight. You could stay in a box with the knees down in a plank. Squeezing your abs. Keep it going. Just a couple more. One more each way. Just going to bring it in. Toes together. Knees wide. Squeeze your bum. Lift it up. So squeeze. Squeeze. If it's too much on your knees, into a squat and a squat and lift. Working the same muscles, just in a slightly different way. So really squeezing. See those glutes as we lift. Two more. Gonna bring it up. Take it wide. Squat down and lift. Squat. So just to shoulder height. Again, perfectly doable with your weight. One more. Little step. We're going to lift and lower. So if you want to take it even lower, into a lunge. do this with a weight. Lifting it up. Squeezing through that shoulder. Strong through those legs. One more. Other side. Feel free to wipe your hand. Lift. Lift. So strong through the legs. Squeeze into that back of that shoulder. Little pull in on the abs. One more. Pop it down. Little stand, as your feet are away. Just a little lift and tap. So abs in. Keep it nice and steady. Bring it in, feet hips in the park deadlift. So hinge at the hips, squeeze, push the hips out, squeeze. So you're going to really think. You lift as you squeeze the bum, push forward. Slight bend in the knees. Abs in. Keep that going. Last one. Let's have a little march out. Pop that down for a minute. It's a little march out. Nice and quick to loosen them off. Whew. I don't know why, but I felt hard this morning. Anyway, never mind. So smash it through. Get those shoulders moving. Nice and steady. Got a little niggle in my back. Feels like something just needs to, like, I don't know, just move. New mattress. I think it's always so much comfier. So much comfier. I think I just need to get used to it. So good, so nice. I feel like a princess. It's quite high. And bring it out. When I'm across, stretch it over. Remember, stretch out as much as you want for the rest of the day. Other side. That was my post arriving behind you a minute ago as well. Sounded like a parcel, yeah? Present that I bought myself. Smile your back, shoulder blades together and down. Heels go on one side. And the other side. Take it down to your toes, nice straight legs. Little bend, bring it up. You're all done. Thanks very much for joining me. We'll see you later. Take care. Bye.